everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of What I Got for Hanukkah. And today we're going to be exploring nights number 5 and 6. So here we go. Now, the first gift that I got for the 5th night of Hanukkah is this amazing t-shirt. This is the character of No Face from Spirited Away, and I'm really lucky to have this t-shirt as one of my gifts because I'm a huge Studio Ghibli fan and I love No Face as a character, and it really fits me so comfortably and I just love his face. It's so adorable. So yeah, I just love the character No Face. He's so adorable. Okay. Now, the second gift that I got for the 5th night of Hanukkah is Egghead, written by Bo Burnham, who's actually one of my favorite YouTubers I've ever watched since I've signed up onto YouTube. And what I really liked about Bo Burnham is that he happens to be a comedian, but he also happens to write a lot of songs. But what I really liked about this one is that he also happens to be a poet. And what I really like about this book, Egghead, or aka You Can't Survive on Ideas Alone, is that Bo Burnham, he mixes in his humor with insightful messages and insightful dialogue by writing them in very strange poems, but they somehow seem very relevant. You can see little pictures of what he's talking about in his poems. For example, can we just talk about how detailed the picture of the elephant is with the bunny ears, or the picture of a man who balances millions of chairs on his chin, or even a picture of a guy with a microphone without a head on it. So this is a really interesting and strange book, but the more you read it, the more you really start to understand Bo Burnham as a person, and I really love this book. I really do. And now let's move on to night number 6. Now, the first gift that I got for the 6th night of Hanukkah is a t-shirt of Shakespeare! Oh my gosh! For those of you who have seen me in Taming of the Shrew at Shakespeare in the Park in Syracuse, I happen to be a really huge fan of Shakespeare, and I think this is definitely the best t-shirt that I ever got, because what's actually really fascinating about this t-shirt is that you see a dagger, but you also see a rose, and what it could symbolize one of his plays talking about the War of the Roses, or it could talk about the play Macbeth or Romeo and Juliet, hence the dagger or the rose, or even the tiny little drop of blood in there. I love Shakespeare with all my heart, and I'm so lucky to have this as a t-shirt because I've watched hundreds of his plays, and I really fell in love with it ever since I was a kid, and I'm really lucky to have this as one of my gifts. And finally, the last gift that I got for the 6th night of Hanukkah is Idina Menzel's new album. I am so lucky to have one of her albums because I've always been a fan of her work ever since I've watched Rent and Wicked. And yes, she was great in Frozen too, but I really discovered her in Rent and Wicked. And that was where I really started to fall in love with her, not only her voice, but also her acting skills. And I actually went to see her live in concert a couple of years ago, and I'm so lucky to have one of her newest albums, and I'm actually so excited to get this, and I really can't wait to listen to this. So, yay! And that's all I have for the 5th and the 6th night of Hanukkah, and be sure to stay tuned for the 7th and the 8th night of Hanukkah on my last episode, where I get to talk about all the gifts I got on the last 2 remaining nights, and also a gift that I got from my dear friend Asia. So I can't wait to show them to you on the last episode, and happy holidays to everybody, and I hope to see you there. Happy holidays, everybody!